All right, time for our weekly chat. The head coach of your Colorado Avalanche, Jared Bednar, joins us now. It's presented by Audi. Denver. Coach, always good to talk to you. How are you this morning?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
We're doing good, Coach.
I want to get back to work a little bit, Coach. I'm sure you do as well.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That would be nice.
Yeah, what is the plan for right now?
We are hopefully back at it today. We are tested this morning bright and early, 6 o'clock down at Ball Arena. And if all the tests come back here early afternoon negative, then we get to go on the ice at 3 o'clock and jump a flight to St. Louis and get ready to play for tomorrow.
When was the last time you had a full team practice, actually able to practice?
Oh, we haven't skated as a full team in months now, but we're basically getting the guys what they need on all the off days. So we come in, we'll do some video either with team or individuals, and then because our minutes are so spread out, right? Like we have the guys like McKinnon, them playing big minutes. Some of those guys go on, get what they need, do some recovery work in the gym. Some of the taxi squad guys and guys that are getting lower minutes go through, basically just flow and go practices, get the goalie lots of work. But full team practice, we haven't had one in months. And we're going to be able to get a couple here in St. Louis, one today and one Friday for sure. And then we're pretty much back rolling again with the schedule every second day and some back-to-backs mixed in there.
Coach, we're freaking out over Mikko being the latest on that COVID protocol. From what you can tell us, does his clock start now? Is it 2 weeks minimum? How long are we looking at here?
No, he got close contact traced, so he is gonna stay back at the start of the road trip. If things go well, he could join our team and possibly be available for the latter part of the trip. So he's not a 2-week guy. We're still waiting on tests, and he has to keep going through tests for a few days here. Can't travel, and then hopefully he can join us for the latter part of this trip, which ends next Wednesday. So not as bad as the other guys who have to do the automatic 2 weeks.
Well, obviously that's great news to hear. And one of the things I was thinking about, Coach, is that when you guys do come back, we've seen this happen before, whether it's, the previous COVID break earlier this year or a couple of injuries that are suffered. The worst part maybe about this is that you're going on the road 4 straight games against St. Louis and Vegas, which are 2 tough opponents. What exactly is the plan now with all of the time off the ice to get your guys ready for this upcoming road trip?
Well, we don't have much of an option. We skate today. We'll do some 5-on-5 stuff, get them up and moving. Remember, they haven't skated now in 7 days, so we'll get them up and moving for a bit, and then we'll do some special teams, try to get dialed in for tomorrow. We'll hit the ice tomorrow morning in St. Louis, and we're playing tomorrow night. So
Yeah,
that's all we can do. We'll have our regular game day meetings tomorrow. We won't do any video or anything today. Our last game was against St. Louis, so we brush up against them for tomorrow and turn the boys loose, and hopefully we're energized and have some legs. We've seen it with other teams. We came out of the last break pretty good. I'm feeling rested, and I'm sure the guys will be chomping at the bit here, ready to go, because 7 days of nothing. They've been training on their own and just getting some workouts in and doing everything they can to stay in shape, and the schedule is what it is. We got to get back right after it here.
Your guys have had a remarkably good mental outlook. I mean, even when they're feeling tired, Coach, even after the shots, even after this and that, you're still, the guys want it, and they're going for it, and they're doing what little things to win. But then you get another break, and you see dang Vegas, they just keep winning, and they jump you, and there's nothing you can do about it, even though you have games in hand. Is that something, a hurdle you have to overcome, or do you even pay attention to that kind of thing?
We got to pay attention to it a little bit, but it's more about us. It's 3 weeks to go in the season. This is an exciting time because we're jockeying for position with Vegas, Minnie, and those teams aren't losing. They
Yeah.
keep playing well.
Yeah, well, I hate it. I'm telling you, I hate it. I hate seeing those teams move up, man. You know what I mean? You know me. It gets me torqued off.
Yeah, I don't love it either. But the reality of it is we have to now get our game back in order quickly and go. We'll play hard these 3 weeks and dial our habits back up to playoff type habits. That's my goal, and then chips will fall where they do, and off we go. You know, it's I don't know if we're finishing first, second, third, whatever it is. We got to play and get our habits in tune, and then it'll be ready to start the playoffs. So this is the dial up stretch of 3 weeks to make sure that we're playing the right way, doing the right things. Habits and our, like you said, our mental outlook and our attitude will be very important. And we're missing some guys out of the lineup. We'll get some guys trickling back. We'll get a look at some new guys. We'll be playing some fresh bodies. We got some back-to-backs coming up now. We'll see different guys in net. And we go leave it all out on the sheet and like I said, make sure our habits are the way they need to be. That's my goal as the coach of this team, to make sure that we're playing the right way and the results will take care of themselves.
Yeah, Coach, having a week off, has it allowed any other bodies to heal up, rest up? Might we see some guys return to the ice that we did not expect?
Well, we were pretty healthy going into that.
Mm-hmm.
The one guy that we had banged up was Nemeth. He hadn't hit the ice with us after the trade deadline, so he'll come back in.
Okay.
We got Timmins back in the lineup after playing some games with the Eagles in St. Louis, and he played great. Big old Carl was awesome in that game. Jumped right on their second line with Kadri, with Donskoy out of the lineup. So we're really just waiting on the COVID guys. Byram comes off the list now, but he's a guy now that hasn't played in. I think he's played 2 games in the last 6-7 weeks. So we got to get him up and playing again. We'll formulate a plan for him today as we go on the road, and that's it. Just wait for these guys to trickle off the COVID list to get our team back together for a handful of games before we get to the playoffs.
With Grubauer out, how do you handle the goaltending between Dubnyk and Johansson? Is there going to be a rotation? Will Dubnyk kind of carry the load? What's the plan there?
Yeah, we'll take it game by game. We haven't seen enough of Dubnyk, or I haven't seen enough of Dubnyk with our team, and Johansson for that matter either. So just to, we'll pick a starter for tomorrow and we'll go from there. If the one guy's playing good goal and he's hot, then we'll ride him a little bit. We're just trying to make the decisions on a daily basis or bi-weekly basis and make sure we got a rested goalie and make sure that we're playing the guy that's feeling good about his game.
Last season when you had to deal with the losses of Mikko and the loss of Landeskog, and at times both at the same time, your top centerman went crazy. And I would expect him to continue to do that, Coach. And we've been talking about this. I would assume that all of your guys, but especially 29, right now is like a junkyard dog at the end of a chain. He just wants to get back out there and try to bite everything in his path, right? Do you expect that to be the case? You indicated earlier the guys are excited to get back, but would you expect 29 to sort of lead the way in that regard?
No question. I don't think our guys were happy this break happened at all. The last time we got our break, we were banged up in a big way. We had 6-7 guys out of the lineup, and the COVID guys, and we were pushing into like a dozen guys out, and the league shut us down. And it turned out to be a little bit of a blessing for us, for the guys that were healthy. You get a little bit of rest, and then you start working out, and then we're back playing. And there was still a lot of season to play, but the timing of this one, it was no good. Especially like I said, we were healthy coming into it. It's a tough stretch of games already. I guess the one thing that you got to take the positives out of it, and the league was starting to push the playoff date, and if we'd have finished on the 8th against LA and not started till the next weekend, you could get the guys a couple days rest, but a week off going into the playoffs isn't great either. Now we'll know. We'll be playing. We'll know that last week where we stand. Are we fighting for first? Are we in first? Or is first attainable? Maybe we can get some guys some rest. Maybe we can't. But we'll be rolling right from the end of the regular season into the playoffs with a couple days preparation. And as long as we can stay healthy through this last little bit, that could be a good thing for us. It's also everyone's going to come back refreshed and ready to go. Like I said, we didn't even want the break. We got it. Now we got to make the most of it with some fresh legs here.
So, Coach, what are the rules exactly? Did you have to sit in your room, just sit there for a week? Were you able to do anything, or how does it operate?
Yeah, it's been pretty much the same all season. So like we're not supposed to be out and about in crowds or anything. Obviously, you got a life to live, but you're basically quarantining at home, making sure that we're testing every day. Going in, we get the results. They're negative. We move on to the next day. Guys are training on their own. They're not supposed to be out in public facilities, so they can get outdoors to train. Lots of guys have gyms at their house or in their complexes that they book off and go in there on their own. And it's the same rules that we have on the road. We're in our rooms at the hotels or gym. We're at the rink doing our work and getting ready to play hockey games. So it's even though it's been a short season, in some ways it's been a long season because it's not the norm. You're kind of isolated, either by yourself and family or just with the group of guys that we have out on the road. It is what it is. It's a sacrifice by the players. We've jammed in some games here, but that's why I think you're getting down to the last 3 weeks of the season, and it's why we've played the whole year and why the guys have gone through it looking for a chance to get after it in the playoffs. So we're pretty excited about it, where our team's at here.
So the workouts that the players are doing at home isn't like Moser's quarantine workouts, which is cleaning his kitchen?
Drinking ginger ales on the bike. They don't do that.
Listen,
He saw that drinking ginger ale on an exercise bike, Coach. He's so proud he's got an exercise bike and he's drinking ginger ales when he's driving. I mean, ridiculous.
Let me tell you something. I may be onto something here, Jared. Not only is it zero sugar ginger ale, it's incredibly refreshing and hydrating. So maybe
he eats chicken wings on the rowing machine too, Coach.
Maybe, just maybe, you tell the guys, hey, listen, there's a new trend going around, and this ginger ale zero sugar is the way to go. Well, actually, you know what? I want you to win. So
if it refreshes you and keeps you going, then it teach his own. It's just not what our guys do. From our strength.
Well, Coach, fingers crossed. Hopefully everything goes well today. We see you back on the ice tomorrow. Always appreciate the time.
See you, Jared.
All right, appreciate it, guys.
Take care.
Oh, that would be so funny if the chief trainer of the Avs implemented the Moser method.
You see the ginger ale, zero sugar at the top of every stall.